I wish I'd seen them a year ago because yeah, I mean, you definitely shoot from the hip and, like to get things done quickly.
What did you think about, the decision making, the loan options? Were you pressured to make a decision? How was that whole process before we even got you funded?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a difference between feeling pressure and staying on top of things. And you guys definitely, your team definitely keeps the ball moving forward, keeps the communication open, but it didn't feel like it was a pressure to do so.
All right, Miss Bine, again, thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate it. Finally, great to meet you in person because I know we've been just chatting and texting. But anyway, if I can introduce you, of course, Miss MK Bine, right?
MK Burn.
MK Byrne. Okay, MK Byrne. Tell us a little about yourself, what you do, and if you don't mind, even shouting out your business.
Yeah. I make jewelry and also sell other artists' jewelry in my shop. And this is actually my studio. So all my tools are behind me. And I was looking for funding to get through slow season and then also kind of take my inventory levels up to kind of start to bring up our total revenue. So
How long you been in the jewelry business?
10 years.
10 years. Okay, making jewelry. Okay, I mean, how did you even get into that? You don't. Usually when you're young, you're like, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer. Did you think that you were going to be in the jewelry business?
Not at all. I was in business school and I just needed a part-time job to pay rent and I was working at a jewelry store. And I thought it was a great business model because the markups are great. It's not sized, it's not seasonal. You can fit a lot of value in a small square footage, and people can't seem to get enough of it. So I liked the business model, and then I taught myself how to make jewelry after that.
Okay, so it's self-taught. Now, I mean, I've seen your bank statements clearly. I mean, you definitely are very successful doing it. How long have you been in the actual business, as far as your business?
I started selling at arts markets in 2015, so about 8 years. And I've had a retail location for like different ones, but for about 5 years, like a brick and mortar. And then the really this like corner prestige, like awesome dream location I've had for 2.5 years.
And where are you located? Where are you at?
Seattle.
Seattle. Okay, cool. So tell me a little bit about some of the challenges that you faced, growing your business when it comes to funding and how we met and all that.
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge is someone who didn't have like family money or like friends who could just like give you a loan or an investment. I bootstrapped everything off of credit cards and I didn't know what I didn't know when it came to setting my financing up when we started to grow really quickly. And I found myself in a position where I kind of ran the numbers and thought I could handle it with the credit limit that I had. And I didn't want to like go after expensive financing, but there's always going to be an unknown and there's always going to be ups and downs. And when we had a few of those unknowns come our way, we weren't able to handle them and then stay on top of all the other growth challenges. And so I was kind of financing the business, not just financially, but also energetically, like working three of the jobs that we kind of
Oh,
needed,
wow.
So thankfully, me being able to do that and then being able to work with the margins in the business model has let us take on some higher interest loans and kind of get through those lean periods. But yeah, the challenge is, if you don't have somebody who can just give you like a lump sum at like a, low monthly rate or, just kind of like invest you and get behind you, you kind of have to learn how to play the game with the credit cards and these other loans that are
Yeah,
available. But then the
yeah.
good news is on the other side, right? Like I'm looking at getting out of the hole this year and owning 100% of my business and then being able to finance my own growth going forward
That's
organically.
awesome. That's awesome. I love the way you execute. Now, what can you share with the audience about the experience of working with Pennington? How transparent was it? How easy was it? Communication, all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely shoot from the hip and, like to get things done quickly. So I definitely always felt like I could trust you were being efficient, you were looking into all the options, and that you had a lot of avenues to explore at your disposal. And that was also a time, at first it was like hard for me to be like, okay, do I spend $500 on hiring somebody to help me with this? But I think in one of your videos you say, well, there's a reason you go to the doctor. Like, I'm doing so many things and this isn't my strongest suit. And just being able to kind of get like, I mean, within a few weeks, I got kind of a direct line to a strategy of like, okay, if we do this, this, and then this, we'll get closer to the goal. And then we were able to get some loan options on the table to be like, okay, that's the one who will get us to the next lily pad, as I kind of say. It's like, you don't always see like the next 20, but you can kind of see the next like 2 or 3 steps, and that's kind of what it's about, to kind of keep moving forward and staying in the game. So like that spreadsheet that you gave me with my total credit usage and kind of recommendations on what I could do to change my position, and then like what we could do in the interim to get to a new position, was all super helpful.
Absolutely. I always try to. I don't know if you've worked with any other business loan brokers, but I try to be very transparent. And like I said, I try to embed myself into your business and your plans, and come up with real facts on how we can get there. And one of the things that you mentioned, one of my rules in business is I always say is play your position. You're not a finance person.
Yeah.
and you shouldn't be. You're good at making jewelry, and it's this is its own animal by itself. So I try to be that advisor to just kind of put everything on the table, and this is what it is. It's not a rushed process, as you saw. And I guess I should ask you, what did you think about the decision making, the loan options? Were you pressured to make a decision? How was that whole process before we even got you funded?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a difference between feeling pressure and staying on top of things. And you guys definitely, your team definitely keeps the ball moving forward, keeps the communication open, but it didn't feel like it was a pressure to do so. But it is also kind of like, okay, if you're gonna make a move, make a move. I think there's some people who can get a little trigger shy. So I think it was a good balance of keeping in communication, keeping the ball moving forward, but also, and being like, a decision should be made, but it's not necessarily like you have to do it right now, or this is kind of like, these are all the different, and when I ask your opinion, you're able to give, some feedback. So.
Absolutely. Definitely a pleasure working with you. Of course, we will continue working with you in the long term. One final question. Would you recommend our service to anybody?
Sure. Yeah, definitely. I think there's not as much content, I think, out there for small business owners who are kind of like bootstrapping it themselves. And it's really important where you sit in the market. Because it's like, okay, you're not looking for like, huge financing, but you're also like, credit cards aren't cutting it. And you've got to kind of like find your way up this sort of like murky territory. And so where you sit in the market is really important for entrepreneurs to continue to grow their business.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that, so you saw some of my videos. You've seen some of my rants on YouTube, huh? That's what you're...
Yeah, I have.
Cool. I really appreciate that.
I wish I'd seen them a year ago because that would have saved me a bucket of money.
Well, it's always at the right time, so we're definitely going to continue working with each other, of course, and helping you grow your business. I don't want to take too much of your time. Again, I really appreciate your time, and looking forward to working with you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Brian.
You have a good one. You heard it directly from our client. I always say here when I get on YouTube, we are actively closing loans. We're not just one of those business loan brokers out there or that are trying to sell a course. We're actively working with clients. We know what's going on in the marketplace. We're definitely engaged. This is one of my recent clients out of Seattle. Shout out to Ms. Bine, MK. We're definitely going to continue working with each other. Thank you so much for taking the time. If you personally are interested in starting, growing, or even expanding your current business, definitely want to reach out to us, Pennington Consulting Group. And if you're also interested in starting your own business or agency, there's definitely going to be links in the description on how we can partner up together. And just like she said, if you still, you don't know if you don't want to trust us, there's so many different bullshit lies on YouTube. Watch some of our channels, see some of our content, see some of the free information that we're teaching and coaching people out there. The approach that we've taken is completely different. It's not just about getting you funded. It's about helping small business owners make the right decision for their business to grow their business with a future, a long path future in mind, not just a temporary expensive band-aid as most businesses have been kind of focused on doing. Is just, it's very stressful and it's hard to grow in that type of environment. So funding is important. A good partner, somebody that's got your back, is definitely very helpful. And I'm here to coach people how to be that for your business owners. Or if you're a business owner and you need that personal coach, that personal touch, somebody that's got your side to help you grow, expand, or even acquire another business, we're here for you. Thank you so much. By the way, if you don't know, this video is brought to you by Pennington Consulting Group, where we always say our goal is to help you reach your goals. So if you're looking for some funding, if you're a business, if you're looking to start, grow, or even expand your business or in need of some funding, you want to go ahead and click the link in the description below and visit us at Pennington Consulting Group. In addition to that, if you're looking to start your own business loan agency, this program is also brought to you by Broker Solutions Academy. And what we do is we help loan brokers and understand and simplify the various funding products that are available in the marketplace so they can properly serve their clients, stop the endless confusion and self-defeating pointless rat race they're currently in and grow their business while maximizing profits by teaching them how to become a real business loan broker, not just a glorified referral partner. So definitely there's going to be a link in the description. We've worked all year long to really package this program, and it's the most comprehensive loan broker training there is. Guaranteed you're going to be successful, especially if you're going to be having me as your coach. Okay, so definitely want to check the links in the description. In addition to that, if you're interested in some of our media services, we offer YouTube editing services. I have my team. You see how great these videos are. Come on. Okay, you look at our website. You look how good those websites are. And look at your website, okay? So if you're interested in having us work on your website, if you're interested in having us work on your YouTube, or even get your social media game just right, you want to go ahead and reach out to us. There's going to be a link in the description on how we can partner up together to help you grow your social media presence, your web presence, so you can position yourself for success, as I always say. So anyway,